Please everyone welcome Shu to the stage.
Hello, my name is Shu, and my mission is for me and the people I care about to live a fulfilling life. Now, I feel strongly about this because I, at a certain point in my life, felt that I was heading down the wrong direction, and I wanted clarity to what I should be doing. So, for my project, I decided to write a book. The purpose of this book is to understand how to live a fulfilling life. To develop my thoughts, I took inspiration from various religions to look for common ideas and also reflected on my own observations. Everything I write about is drawn from connecting concepts that exist in pretty much every religion, but as different flavors or different isolated sections, and joining them together in a way that makes sense to form this world picture. So there are several consistencies between religions across the world, simply from the fact that they all originate from observing the objective experience of life that applies to everyone, such as how every religion has an origin story that explains the inception of the world, and always includes opposing orders and a way of life that one must follow to reach some ultimate destination. So that's just one example, and there are actually far more than what meets the eye. The second inspiration is observing things in general, such as in stories, science, history, art, morals, human psychology, language, and breaking it down and understanding the structure of these to reveal something fundamental. And all of these observations are then validated to have some sense of the truth through the fact that they are all independently discovered in different parts of the world and time periods in the form of belief systems. For example, a grandeur piece of fiction that invokes a sense of greatness will contain certain archetypes, such as a heroic protagonist with ambition and overcoming barriers that come in the way of it, which is actually a framework consistent across all mythologies to illustrate a worldview and communicate ideas. Yet the fact that all these seemingly different worldviews converge on this general theme, and actually all more the deeper you look, suggests that they're all tapping into something fundamentally true about the human condition and our place in the world, which is the theme of my writing. So again, that's just one example. And the logic is that everything in the world behaves in patterns and forms that are recognizable and relatable to varying extents, which can be interpreted through recognizing patterns. Because all wisdom that exists is essentially discovered through observing the world. A very important thing to know about my writing is the writing style. And it is written in a way where one paragraph is typically about an idea that connects to the next, and the language is in a way that invites reflection rather than for pure ease of consumption. So it's somewhat poetic, and there's an element of leaving space for the faith that it will reveal the more of itself, the deeper you look. And it is meant to be experienced in a way that invites the reader to apply the ideas to their own life and draw connections to it. Right now, I have written 4 out of 6 chapters, which makes up about 40 pages, and I plan to complete the remaining chapters over the next few months. Here's a small excerpt from my first chapter as an example, so I'll just read that out loud. The idea of a primordial one may be contentious to some due to the immediate association with existing religions, but it should be understood as the embodiment of the whole of reality, the highest all-encapsulating form of existence, the highest level categorization. From there, it may be deconstructed, allowing for all that follows to fall into alignment with the whole. Throughout the existence of reality, there stands an innate concept of greatness that fuels the evolution of things. The closer things are aligned with it, the more success follows. This concept of greatness is expressed as the natural laws of the universe. Humans throughout generations have researched this framework through different approaches, whether it be science, mysticism, philosophy, mathematics, arts, or mythologies. The essence of the pursuit of knowledge is to observe and analyze the patterns and principles that govern these laws, and to utilize them to our benefit. Religions emerge from observing reality through the lenses of all that can be acquired, with the fundamental goal of understanding and explaining it. All religions are at once false and true, in the sense that they all point to some aspect of the ultimate truth, yet none of them are literally and absolutely true. The truth reveals itself in different ways depending on the needs of a specific group of people, in the same way cuisines form according to the ingredients accessible, yet all achieve the same purpose: to nourish. So to make my writing accessible to public, I have currently uploaded the first chapter onto Substack, and we'll uploading the remaining chapters over the next few months when I'm done with it. And once I complete the entire book, my plan is to self-publish on Amazon or alternative platforms. Thank you.